Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, it is episode 1 of my themed Letterboxd 4 series, and in today's video, we are introducing the category for the month of January, which is Best Picture Winners. In honor of the Oscar nominations being announced later this month, I believe on the 17th, in honor of that, I wanted the first episode in this series, the first theme, to be Best Picture winners. I also wanted to go with Best Picture winners because I think it's a pretty easy category. Future categories that we're going to do in this series, there's a little kind of leeway here and there. It's kind of these there might be a film that's like almost fits the category but doesn't quite. This one is one of those categories that there's like very clearly defined boundaries for what qualifies. There's only 96 films that have ever won Best Picture, so these are the 96 films we can choose from. There's no additional films that are close or you can argue can maybe sneak it. Like there's 96 films. This is what we're choosing between. Now at this point in future preview videos, I would go over some rules or kind of again define the category to make sure that we're all on the same page and we know what the category is. Again, this one is simple. If you have won Best Picture at the Academy Awards, you're eligible for this category. Again, there's those 96 films. And again, in future videos in the series, this is also where I'm going to mention films that are ineligible because maybe they've already been used before. Again, each film can only be used once in one of these videos, so if something was in January, it's not going to be eligible for the June video. But it's also, I would also use this as an opportunity to mention some other films that are maybe ineligible because I just don't think they quite fit the category. But because this is the first video of the series, and because it's so clearly defined, what the boundaries, it's black and white, what the rules are to make it here, then there isn't really a whole ton to talk about. So with that being said, let's jump into the next part of what these preview videos will be, and that is announcing what my current Letterboxd 4 is for the category. The current Letterboxd 4 is Everything Everywhere All at Once, Moonlight, No Country for Old Men, and Parasite. So again, out of all of the Best Picture winners that I have seen, these were the 4 that stood out the most to me. And as making my current Letterboxd 4, these were the ones that I said these have to. As of right now, these are the ones that are in there. A couple of these. Like Parasite, No Country for Old Men, I watched, and Everything Everywhere All at Once. I watched all 3 of those last year, so those are all movies that are a little more fresh on my mind, so it's easy for me to put those in there. Moonlight is a film that I loved. I've only seen it once, and I probably saw it in 2020. Yeah, 2020, 2021, or something like that. So it's been a while since I've seen Moonlight. So I'm excited to watch it again. Again, part of what the series is all 4 of these films. I'm going to rewatch these again this month to see if they stay in the Letterboxd 4 or to see if they're potentially vulnerable to something else coming in and taking their spot. And then the next group of films we're going to talk about here are the 3 contenders. So these are 3 films that I have seen and that I love, and these were kind of like the next 3 off the list for me. So I'm going to rewatch these as well to see if they have a shot of cracking in. So the 3 contenders are The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King, Oppenheimer, and Titanic. So these are all films. Oppenheimer, has it been, I guess it's been, I watched Oppenheimer last year, and then I think it was the previous year, it was 2023, where I watched Titanic and The Lord of the Rings most recently. So those are ones I'm excited to give those another shot and see if, again, they're films that I loved when I saw them, so I'm excited to see if they have what it takes. And then the third category that we're going to talk about is these are 3 films that I haven't seen, but I've heard great things about. So these are films that I think could have a great shot of cracking in if I give them the chance and see them. So we'll watch these again this month as well. And the 3 that I haven't seen: American Beauty, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and Schindler's List. Now on this, I think Schindler's List and One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, those are just 2 that are like, I've just heard great things about those. I know that those are good films. Those are very popular in terms of just like discourse. They're films that a lot of people have seen. They're films that a lot of people love and have a lot of respect for. So those are ones that I'm excited, and I think those have a great opportunity to, once I finally see them, to become some of my favorite films. I guess it's kind of hard to say Schindler's List is necessarily one of those like favorite films, but I think it's going to be one of those that I'll really appreciate what it is as a film and what it is as a story. The third one, American Beauty, when I first made this list, I actually had a different third that I put on there, but I switched it for American Beauty because I've been texting this whole series idea. I have a good buddy that's Cole, one of my good friends that I talk a lot about movies with. He's been kind of the one I've been bouncing a lot of ideas off of for this series. And so I kind of was asking him what his four would be, and he had American Beauty that is one of would be in his letterbox four of this same concept, and he was talking about how it's one of his favorite films and he really loves it. And so it's one of those that it's like I had never really considered watching American Beauty. I do know not a lot about the film exactly. I believe it's Sam Mendes as the director because I remember hearing a lot about it during the 1917 days. And so it's one of those that I've heard good things about. I've heard great things from him. So this is where I'm also going to I want to take like a lot of recommendations as well. So from him, from the people in my life, if you suggest something, I'm going to put a lot of weight into it. So I put American Beauty on the list. So again, those are the three that I want to watch the most, so I'm going to make an effort to make sure I watch those, but I'm also going to watch as many others as I can. And again, so this month I'm just going to be watching a lot of Best Picture winners and logging them along the way on Letterboxd. The link to my Letterboxd will be in the description for this video if you kind of want to watch along as I'm rating all of these and watching all of these. So I'm excited to see. It's at least these 10 that I'm going to watch this month, but there's hopefully going to be more that are also being watched as well. And so then the important part as well in this series is your suggestions as well. Like I just said, recommendation from my friend, I instantly put it in as one that I'm going to check out this month. I would love to hear your guys' recommendations in the comments down below, and just kind of a little bit of to peel back the curtain a little bit. There's 96 films that have won Best Picture at the Oscars. I've only seen 24, so there are plenty of films you can suggest. Pretty much everything pre 2000, like there's maybe you've seen like 4 or 5 pre 2000. So there's so many different films you can suggest down below in the comments below. Or again, if you want to follow me on Letterboxd, it'll be easy. If you're kind of clicking on different things, you'll be able to see if I've rated it, if I've watched it. But yeah, just let me know down below in the comments your favorite Best Picture winners, or just films that one Best Picture that you recommend that I see for this series. And I want to watch as many as I can, so there's for sure going to be these 10 that I'm going to see, but hopefully there's plenty more as well. And then also keep an eye out for it's either the end of this month or the beginning of February. I haven't decided exactly when I'm going to post the results video, but the next video of this series will be the results for January. At that point, where I'll just kind of list off and read you everything that I watched, all the Best Picture winners, and then we're going to redo the Letterboxd 4 with what my accurate Letterboxd for that category is. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you'd like to like the video and subscribe to the channel to follow along on this journey, I would greatly appreciate it. Have a great day.